guys, it's Brittany. I'm gonna do this Q&A video. I think maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks, I went to Instagram saying, you could leave your questions. I even mentioned that on Twitter. I even put that on Facebook. But to be honest, as many times I went to my Facebook account and Instagram and Twitter and I checked my notifications, and to be honest, I did not get any questions. Well, I didn't got any questions, to be honest. I didn't, but I thought, you know what, that's fine. It's fine, really. So I decided to type some random questions of my own, but yeah, that's what I did. But I didn't just thought about it. I had to type it down because I know there are some questions I had or that you would know. I thought, okay, you know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna type it so that way when I do this video, and in case you want to know uh, the answer to these questions, I thought, okay, that's fine. But yes, next time when I do a Q&A video, it's gonna be next month. So yeah, this one is just random questions, but again, no one asked me anything. So like I said, that's okay. I'm not mad, but here are the random questions that I typed up on my notes, under my notes. So here it is. 1. What's your middle name? It's Rose. Rose is my mom's name, so yeah. My middle name is Rose. Yeah, I love my middle name. 2. What are your hobbies? Hobbies. Okay. I love to draw, write, sing in my free time when I'm alone, and read. I don't read books that often, but I probably should. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, when it comes to writing, I love to write pretty much anything, like a story, but I also write my own songs, to be honest. There are some that I have completed, but there are some where I just have the title itself in my mind, but it's like, okay, I don't know the lyrics. And drawing, I'm not really good at drawing people. I'm not. I'm really good at drawing animals. I am. Yeah, those are my hobbies. 3. Have you ever traveled? No. No, I have never traveled out of California. I haven't, but one day I would really love to do that. I would love to travel just anywhere, to be honest. Sorry, I don't know what that was. Yes, I would love to travel someday. I would. Just anywhere. 4. What are you afraid of? Okay. This is just an easy question, but also I have 4 like major phobias. 1, I have arachnophobia. You know, I'm completely terrified of spiders. I am. I'm also afraid of clowns, sharks, and the dark. And I know what you're probably thinking, that maybe being afraid of the dark is for kids like who need to come over that fear. But to be honest, it's, being afraid of the dark is not just for, for young children, to be honest. It's also for anyone, no matter how old you are. And the reason why I'm afraid of the dark, not because of the whole, oh, there might be a monster. No. I'm afraid of the dark, like pitch black dark because, um, okay, let's say there's this abandoned, really dark house and it's at night. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go in there because not only am I afraid of it, like I said, I'm afraid of it for a reason, and here's the reason is because one, somebody might be, in there waiting with, a weapon, something, or that, I don't know, it's just creepy. I don't like it. The dark is like this very creepy feeling, like uh like spiritually scary. That's the best way to put it. Oh yeah, also, oh yeah, I'm afraid of sharks because they're just so scary looking, especially great whites. Like when they have their mouth open, to me it's just like, okay, I don't want to look at that. Like, no, I'm turning away. And I'm afraid of clowns because they're creepy. And not just because I've watched that movie It, you know, Stephen King's It. It's not just that, but there's just something else that, yeah, there's just something else about clowns that's just so freaky. And of course, I'm afraid of spiders because they're all so freaky. But yeah, I pretty much have these fears since I was real little, and no matter what, I'll still have these fears. Like, no matter what, I'll always be afraid of these phobias, is because it's just scary. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my fears, because I don't want to say too much of why I'm afraid of spiders, because the moment I start talking about it, of why, the more I'm gonna look around my room like, okay, is there a spider? Because believe me, that happens. Like, even when it comes to a movie about spiders, I'm like looking around my room like, is there a spider? So yeah, I get that, like, I get the chills, like, ugh. But not now. So let's continue on. 5. What's your favorite animal? Now that's hard to say because I love animals. I really do. I do have specific ones that are my favorite, like the tiger, a wolf, bears, cats, dogs. Like, I think any type of cat and dog, horses. I'm trying to think. Even birds. Yeah, I love birds. Even the big birds, you know. Um, but yeah, at the same time, it's kind of hard. Like, I know which ones are my favorite, but then again, it's like, even for those that aren't my favorite, it's like, I still love them. I love all of them. I do. Um, are you a deep sleeper or a light sleeper? Okay, that's easy. I'm a deep sleeper, and I pretty much know this um, my whole life because when I'm in a deep sleep, of course, I have dreams, and in these dreams that I have, they feel so real, kind of like we're almost like this really happening, and yeah, but I would have to say the moment I wake up, I'm like, I when I wake up, I think about the dream I have. Yes, I am a deep sleeper. 7. What was the last movie, TV show, or book that made you cry? Um, okay, now that's also easy, but kind of hard to say, because the funny thing is, I don't remember the last time a movie made me cry. I can't think of the last time, but I think I could think about the other last time, if you know what I mean. I think the last time I cried, uh, I think the last time a TV show made me cry was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I did watch last year. You know, I think it's the final, like the last episode of season 5. You know, where she dies. I think that's the episode, season 5. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that one did make me cry because I thought she was just gonna be gone, but of course, uh, she was, but of course she did came back. Um, I can't remember the last time a movie made me cry. Yeah, I can't really remember that one. Really, I I can only remember the other last time. That would have to be The Fly, and there are two versions. There is the 1958 one, and there's the 1986. Yeah, so that one with Jeff Goldblum as a fly, that made me cry. It still makes me cry because, um, I mean, I know, you know, because in the movie he's like changing, like physically changing of his human form and just turning into this fly. But I mean, I know it looks gross and everything, but here's the funny thing. When I did watch the movie, even the first time, I wasn't too focused on how how gross he looked, like how completely disgusting he looked, like, you know, physically. I wasn't focused on that, like, ew, like, no. Like, my focus was how sad I was for him and how sad that this was happening to this character, you know, to him in the movie. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is so sad. It's breaking my heart. So, yeah, I was completely focused on my emotions. Not my emotion of disgust, but my emotion um, of, you know, so sad. And of course, the ending just made me completely, yeah, I completely cried real hard at the ending. But of course, I'm not gonna go any further. But yeah, that was like the last time, which I think it was maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Um, 8. Would you rather ride a bike, ride a horse, or drive a car? Um, I would say ride a car, but I will also say ride a horse. I would say ride a car because, of course, I want to learn how to drive. I do. Um, but I would also say ride a horse because, you know, I love horses and I would love to have a horse one day, possibly even maybe 5 horses one day in the future. But yeah, I would just really love to ride a horse. Cause yeah, I think that would be really cool. Yeah, so I would say both, to be honest, both. Um, let's see, 9. If you there. If you could travel back in time, what year would you travel to? That's an interesting question because, um, okay, if I could go back in time, what year would I go to? I don't know what year, to be honest. I mean, I would like to travel, you know, just anywhere, 1930s, 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even in the 90s. Like, I would even like to see the day that I was born, which is back in November 1991. I mean, I would like to see that moment. And of course, I would like to see Oh, I think I would also like to travel back to 1993 because that's when Jurassic Park came out. So I would definitely love to see like how big the premiere was at the time for that movie. Wow, that would be amazing. But like I said, I would just like to travel anywhere to certain um, events. I think it depends what kind of event. I don't think I want it to be like a very horrific event, you know, because that would be just scary. I think I want it to be an event where it's, you know, where it's happy and exciting and, you know, new at that time. So yeah, I wouldn't say a really specific year. I'll just say pretty much anywhere. But yeah, if I could, then yeah, I'd be like, okay, I could travel back to maybe even the 1800s, and then next time it will be uh, somewhere else. But yeah, I'm not picky of where I want to travel to because I would have so many options. Yep. Let's see. Do you love or hate roller coasters? And that's 10. Um, I love roller coasters. I do because I've been to, let's see, not Knott's Berry Farm. You know, I have, and I went on some really amazing roller coasters. I do like go to Silver Bullet. That's a good one. Ghost Rider. Um, I can't think of anything else. The names of the roller coasters because it's been so long since I've been there. You know, to be honest, the last time I've been to Knott's Berry Farm was actually on my 14th birthday, which was years ago, but I still had a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I love roller coasters. I really do. It's just so, like, not only is it fast, but it's also just really fun. And of course, I think the best part that I love about roller coasters is that the moment I'm having fun is when I'm screaming. I know that may sound odd, like, wait, what do you mean be screaming? Like, if you're scared? No, I'll be screaming because, like, I'm, like, having fun. But yeah, I love it. 11. Where would you like to go? Um, hmm, where would I like to go? Uh, well, I would like to go to anywhere, like I said, with the travel question. I would like to travel anywhere, so I would like to go anywhere. Um, but yeah, also, I think what I would like to go is two theme parks that I've never been to in my life before, but I would love to. I would love to go to Six Flags and Universal Studios. Well, I think Universal Studios is like the top of my list at the moment because it just looks so fun there. And like they have these different rides and you know, these different places where you could eat at, shop at, just have fun. So yeah, I would really love to go there, especially on my birthday. I really would. But yeah, that's where I would love to go. 12. What is your favorite holiday? Um, I don't know. Well, I do know. What am I saying? My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving and Christmas, but also I would also have to say Halloween, but not in a way where some people go completely dark on it, like you know, doing these things, you know, privately, like wherever. No, I like to celebrate it for the fun of it, you know, like just to dress up and hand out the candy to the trick or treaters and watch scary movies. I wouldn't mind. Or let's say if I even go to a Halloween party where it's just really fun, or even go to a haunted house for the fun of it, yeah, I would love to do anything on that day. And I think my favorite holiday is also the 4th of July, um, Valentine's Day. And here's the funny thing. You're probably wondering why is that my favorite holiday? Here's why. Because even though I am single, which yes I am, for those who don't know, I am, and I have been for so long, but you know what? It's like what the hell? And yeah, I would have to say, I'm still enjoying my life being single before meeting anyone. But yeah, it's like every year when Valentine's Day comes, I just like to celebrate it with my family. I like to even celebrate it to have me time, to myself, where I could do what I want to do. But yeah, I actually really like it, even though I may not go out with anyone, I still have a good time to celebrate it. Yeah, so those are my favorite holidays. Let's see. What do you do when you get angry? That's a good question. Um, okay, now this may sound funny to you, maybe not, but I know with most people, when they get angry, I don't know what it is they do, but somehow they find a way to release their anger. But with me, it's nothing like what other people would do. Maybe, maybe not. But what I do when I'm angry is that I um, I would watch a scary movie. And the reason why is because I think years ago when I was real angry, somehow I just decided to watch a scary movie. So when I did, I came to realize that during the whole time I was watching this scary movie, I wasn't focused on how angry I was about a certain problem. I was more focused on what was going on in the movie and like, okay, what's gonna happen, and just focusing on how scared I was feeling. And by the moment something jumps up on the screen, yeah, that's where I either jump, back, or I gasp like really loud, like like that, or if I scream like really loud, like completely terrified. And yeah, by the time the movie would be over, I would actually end up feeling a lot better because I thought, wow, I feel better. I don't feel angry anymore. And yeah, that's when I realized that watching a scary movie when I'm angry releases the stress and the anger that I have because, like I said, I'm not really focused on how stressed and angry I am, or I'm more focused on how scared I am because something could happen at any moment. Not when it does, I'm gonna jump, gasp, or scream. Either way, when that happens, yeah, I will, of course, react to it in that way, and when I do, it just releases it, and I feel much better. So, yeah, that's what I do. Okay, 14. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? Um, if I could live anywhere, to be honest, I would say I would like to, that I would want to live in Beverly Hills. And that's because, here's why. Because, back in 2011, after a year that I graduated from high school, I was going to this other school in Beverly Hills called John Casablanca's modeling and career um, career school, something like that. But yeah, it was a school. But yeah, all I did was that I would go there on Saturdays, not every Saturday, but some Saturdays, and I actually took up two classes, like an acting class and a modeling class, where they teach how to do what do you call it? Like walk down the not catwalk. I'm thinking of something else. But anyway, I had both of those classes and they were both fun, and I did learn something from it. And because that school was in Beverly Hills, and when my mom would drive me there, I remember that when she would drive me over there, and before I would go inside the building to my classes, I just remember feeling, I don't know, I think I just felt like this. I don't know how to put it, but somehow I felt happy to be there, and I just felt like, I can really see myself living here, but of course not like in a not so good area, but in a really nice area. And yeah, I've seen those nice areas out there, and it is beautiful out there. So yeah, yeah, I would want to live out there one day when that time comes. 15. What did you want to be when you were little? Uh, that's a good question. I wanted to be two things when I was little. One, I wanted to be a paleontologist. Well, that's because I loved watching Jurassic Park a lot when I was little. But then, also at the same time, I wanted to be an actress. And the reason why is because I watched so many movies when I was little. The ones that I had on VHS. So whenever I would watch like the same movies or different ones, it's like no matter which one I would watch, um, like just watching it, I would be really inspired because the actors, getting their performance into this character, they would just really inspire me, and not just specific ones, but like one, two, or three of them. No, it's pretty much like all of them. Like, wow. And yeah, I think that's when I knew which one I really wanted to be most. But yeah, as of to this day, I still want to be an actress. That's still like my really big dream. And yeah, one day I will go out there and I will make that happen. I will make that big dream of mine to be an actress into a reality. And when it does, I'm gonna let you know. 16. What's your favorite radio station? Um, my favorite radio station is 101.3 The Mix. I just love that station because they play different songs, and of course, John Tesh, he would give out advice, and he would give out certain facts about certain things. And whenever I would hear what he would be saying, I'm like, wow, really? Like, I did not know that, but wow, like, thank you for mentioning that, because now I just learned something new. But yeah, I really like that station because not only you get to hear advice and certain facts about things of what John Tesh says, but also you, not you, I'm sorry, but they play different songs, sometimes even the same songs, but which I don't mind. But yeah, I really love that station. So that's my favorite station. 17. Do you like or dislike surprises? Okay, I love surprises, and here's why. Because I may not know if somebody has a surprise for me or not, because they could be, keeping keeping that to themselves and not try not to say anything when I'm there. But I would have to say the moment somebody surprises me about something, whether if it's a gift or whether if it's a day to go somewhere and have fun or eat out, or no matter what the kind of like surprise it may be, then yeah, I will absolutely, yeah, that's why I love surprises, just because I may not know about this until, when I'm there, or until it happens, and when it does, I'm like, wow, and I would have this big smile on my face, and I'm like, wow, like this is really great. So yeah, that's why I love surprises, because it's like you don't know who could surprise you with something that they know that would make you happy. Yeah, so that's why. 18. If you could have any ability, what would it be? Now, I really like this, but if I could have any ability, I would have to say it would have to be invisibility. And here's why. Because there's just something about being invisible that's just interesting, because there's the Invisible Man movies, there's Harry Potter and his invisibility cloak, there's oh yeah, Fantastic Four, where I forgot her name, the character's name, but she has the ability, like she has a force field around her that you can do, which is cool, but she can also turn invisible, like she's the Invisible Woman, so that's pretty neat. And yeah, I would have to say, if I did have the ability to turn invisible, it wouldn't be like for any bad use. I would use it for good use, okay, like I'm doing this because I really want to protect, somebody in my life, like my friends or my family, or like if I'm curious about something, I'm like, okay, I have to see what's going on, and so yeah, I would use it for good use though. I wouldn't be like doing it for bad use, because no, I would not. Moving on. Eight. No, I'm sorry. 19. What makes you laugh? Um, funny things. Funny things make me laugh. But also, for those for people who are funny, like really, who can be really funny themselves, then yeah, that makes me laugh. But I just want to mention this, but the one person that I know just always makes me laugh is Jim Carrey, because I just love his movies, and I love what he does. I love his performances, and whenever I watch a movie of his, like Ace Ventura, The Mask, or just any one of those, even Liar Liar, it's like he does, these certain face expressions, and he says his line in a certain way, and it just sounds so funny, and I can't help but to laugh, because he's just hilarious. But yeah, I'd have to say, to be honest, the spoof movies that we have today, they're not funny at all. I don't see how anyone could find those movies funny. To me, they're just not. Like, really? Like, you think this is funny? Like, okay. But I would have to say the only spoof movies I like is way back. Like, way back, way before this generation. Because there's, well, I could name them all, but you know what I mean? Like, way back, like in the 80s, 90s, like just way back, those are really funny. But the ones we have today, it just seems like they kind of changed it in a way. Like they're not funny. Yeah, so I like the ones back then, but not now. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Okay, 20. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Um, I have some. Okay, my favorite ice cream flavors are cookie dough, coffee. Yes, they have a there is a ice cream flavor of coffee. I tried it once. It's so good. I love it. There's also mint, and orange sherbet, because I love orange sherbet. But I also love cookie dough. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, enough with that. I'm gonna move on to the next question. 21. What's the first thing you think when you wake up? Um, okay, the first thing that I wake up is like, oh, like, I know with maybe most people, they wake up thinking how they need to go to work, or there's something else that they have on their mind, but I'm not like that, because when I wake up, I think of by thinking about the dream I had. And when I think about a dream that I had, I'll somehow be thinking like, oh my gosh, like that was scary, or like, wow, that was amazing. I would like to have that dream again, or like that was just so funny. Or sometimes I have those dreams where it's where I'm kind of like, wow, like I surely want that dream again. Like, it kind of depends, but yeah, that's the first thing that I think when I wake up, is how like I'm reacting to the dreams I had. But of course, I'm not reacting it out loud when I wake up. I just react it like in my mind, like I'm thinking like, wow, like um I don't know what to say. But yeah, that's, like I said, the moment I wake up, I just start thinking about the dream I had, and I start thinking about the details, and I start thinking about, like, okay, so why did I have this dream? Does it mean something? Does it not? So, that's what I do. Moving on, almost done with this. 22, who's your favorite superhero? That's easy. I mean, I do like other superheroes, to be honest. I do, but my number one favorite of all is just Batman. I do. Yes, I love Batman. I grew up watching Batman movies when I was little, and I still like watching Batman movies today. And to be honest, I haven't seen the Batman animated the animated series, like either of them, or the animated movies they made. I haven't, but I'm planning on to do that, because first of all, I'm a Batman fan, and it's like I want to learn more about Batman, and of course the villains themselves, and pretty much anything that I feel like that I may or may not know about. But yes, Batman is my number one favorite superhero. No doubt about it. And yes, even though he doesn't have any superpowers, like for those who do, to me it's like that's fine, because it's like he's just this normal person who just happens to be a superhero anyway, and he doesn't even need to have powers to be a superhero, because he has, first of all, the utility belt, which is awesome. He has the amazing Batmobile. Gee, I want a car like that. And he has this really nice underground bat cave. I mean, pretty much when you think of what he has, um, and all that, even his bat costume is really cool, and it suits him well. So, yeah, I think this is pretty much everything of why I love Batman, and why he's just my favorite. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, 23, who's your favorite actor? Okay, now this is a hard question because um, ever since I was little, even till now, there are just so many movies I've watched, and there are so many really good actors that are my favorite. So I'm only gonna name a few. My favorite actors are Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey. Let's see. I'm really trying to think. It's hard to think because there are so many. I feel like I wanna name them all, but at the same time, I can't because this video is gonna be so long. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Think. There's Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. Mhm. I'm sorry if I did that. I'm just thinking here. But, my. Like I said, it's kind of hard to think because I'm thinking of certain ones back and forth and I don't know who to mention. But if you would really like to know, I could probably make a list. Um, a list on Facebook um, mentioning who exactly. Because that is just so hard to mention. Because here's the thing, I have like a whole list of favorite actors. It's not like this, short list of actors, like five. This list of favorite actors of mine are like maybe 50 of them, or maybe more. But I know there's a lot more than 50, I think. But yeah, it feels like a lot more because, they inspire me. And they inspire me, where I want to be an actress myself because that's always been a dream of mine. 24, what's your favorite movie? This is also a hard question because just like with my other question, how there's so many favorite actors I also have like a lot of favorite movies. I think I have a list on Facebook that I have 53 favorite movies. That's a lot. So I'm only gonna name at least some of them. Jurassic Park, Batman Forever, The Lion King, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, the Scream franchise, the Hunger Games franchise, damn it, The Mask, trying to think, damn it. Well, okay, I've only named those, but yeah, if you're on Facebook, go to my Facebook account, which is Brittany Wright, and if you ever wanna, or you know what, instead, I'll just leave that link below, and that you'll see what my favorite movies are, because as much as I want to mention all of them, I can't, because like I said, there's like 53 favorite movies I have, but the list doesn't stop there, because the list is just gonna go on about it. Like, the more movies I watch, the more I'll be like, wow, this movie's my favorite, and this one is. So yeah, the list doesn't end there, because the list is gonna go on and on. So I'll leave that link in the description below for you to take a look at. And last but not least, this final question, number 25. What song, movie, TV show, or book you can relate to in your life? Okay, now there's one movie. There's one movie in particular that I can relate to in my life, and that's my favorite movie that I mentioned earlier in the last question, and that is Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. And if you don't know what that movie is, that movie is a DreamWorks animated movie that was released in 2002, and the movie is just so well done. The story, the plot, you know, the characters, even the scenery is so beautiful, and the stories are amazing, and even the voice actors to the characters, did such a good job. And here's why I can relate to Spirit, Stellan of the Cimarron, to that movie, because um, I don't know. I feel like I could go on about this for hours, but I'm gonna make it short. The reason why is because um, um, I don't know how to start this, but I'd have to say from the moment I saw it, nothing was changing in my life at the moment, but when my family was moving, from place to place, well, yeah, it's like, when I think there was a certain time where I looked back on the movie, and somehow I thought, like, I can really relate to it, and not that I haven't related to it before, but oh, excuse me, I didn't expect that. But yeah, the reason why I can relate to it is because Spirit himself is a horse. He is, but he's a really good horse. And yeah, when I see his character, I can really relate to him personally, because I feel like that we're pretty much that know that we have a lot in common, because he does these things that I do. Okay, like for example, he's brave, he's tough, and no, tastes he takes risk, and that's what I do. Like, I'm a brave person. Like, no matter what I go through, like, yeah, I may be scared or shocked at that moment, but after that, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm pretty brave about what I go through, and I'm like tough. Well, like tough in a way where I'm angry at that moment. I'm like, okay, don't mess with me, and um, yeah, I take risks where I'm like, okay, if nobody's gonna do this, then I will. Yeah, which I have. But also I can relate to the songs themselves, like "Get Off of My Back." I can relate to that song when I'm angry. Even the song "You Can't Take Me." Even when I'm sad, like, "Sound the Bugle," that song. But yeah, I can pretty much relate to everything in that movie. The story itself, the main character himself, Spirit, even the songs that are sung by Bryan Adams. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like, personally, that that movie is, my life. Like, I can really relate to it personally. But yeah, that's the one movie I can relate to, and I just love it. I do. So that's all for this Q&A. I know it must have been pretty long, but that's okay. But yeah, if you have any questions, yeah, leave those questions down below. So that way next month in June, I could do a Q&A video with your questions, because I would love to answer your guys' questions. I would love that. So that's all for this. Sorry. And I'll see you next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe so you could not miss a video of my channel. On my channel, I mean. So I'll see you next time.